Hey there, YouTube. It's Mountain Man 3225. Well, in today's episode of Suzuki Tips and Tricks, we got a special surprise for y'all. We're going to do some maintenance on the truck. We're going to replace the tie rod ends. And by the time this video is done, you will be able to replace your own tie rod ends. So, with that, let's get started. Okay, now why would you want to replace your tie rod ends? Because if you're familiar with standard automotives, same principles apply. You get the death wobble, you get it pulling to one side or the other. That means your toe end's out of adjustment, or all the above. But I'm going to show you a main example of why I'm replacing the tie rod ends on this truck. See the wheel here? You shouldn't be able, y'all can hear that. You should not have this much play in the steering on the truck. Now that's going to be several situations, one of which I'm going to show you inside the cab. The others are actually going to be underneath the truck. So let me turn the camera off and we'll show you the one inside the cab. Okay, the first thing that you'll have a problem with is if your steering is out of whack. All you've got to do is pop your cover off. This usually takes two hands, but I've done this several times. So you pull the cap off here, which is going to reveal this nut. And excuse me here for a minute while I get my socket and ratchet. I'm trying to work all this with the camera and everything at one time. Now, your truck could vary, because this is not just for Suzuki, this is for Daihatsus and several other brands, same principle. So you're going to need a 17mm socket. That way y'all can see that there. An extension. So we'll go ahead and put that on. And then also be careful, my horn does not work anymore on the truck, so it is what it is. My horn does not work anymore because some wiring burned up from the air horn. Now my truck's already been aligned. I already did this here recently, so it'll lock right there straight. My wheel's already straight. So, but just to show you an example, we're going to loosen up the nut. Go ahead and take that off. You'll have to excuse me here for a minute while I take it off for you. Slip that out. And of course, again, there's your nut. So we're going to set that off to the side, just kind of lay it down here under the parking brake. Then you'll just simply pull your steering wheel off. And your wheel could be any number of directions. It could be like this, but you just lock it and make sure your wheels are lined up, and your oh mercy, I forget what you call the piece right off the top of my head. But basically where the tie rods and the center steering bushing all is located is straight. Which again, I have lined mine up. So all I had to do was again, pull the steering wheel off and then mount it straight. Just like that. Then you basically tighten your nut up and call it done. Now I'm going to go up on the road and let y'all see what the death wobble's like from inside the cab and outside the cab. So with that, stand by. Okay, now I'm going to let y'all see basically what's happening with the steering. Another reason why I'm going to replace the tie rod ends. As you'll notice, the wheel's straight and it pulls to the left. So I have to keep the wheel almost cut completely to the right and partially straight. So basically about right there. Keep it in a straight line. So that's how off whack it is, which we're going to fix that today too. Okay. But that's one way you can tell that you got issues, is if you can't keep this wheel straight to run the truck straight down the road. But another way to tell is when you hit the blacktop, and yes, they have paved the road. It's a sad day, but they have paved my test road. Let's see here. That's perfectly all right. It's not really a sad day for testing. I will take that back. But for just enjoyable slinging of dust and all that good stuff. But I want you to see something here. noticed when we get up about 20, 25 kilometer an hour, at 20, 25, about 20 kilometer an hour, it should start wobbling. There we go. Come on. Anyhow, but it'll start dead wobble. There we go. Now I hope y'all heard that. Now I'm going to stop the camera and let you see what it's like from the outside of the vehicle, because it is even worse than that. We'll go on back up the road again, let you hear it one more time. We'll set zoom in. We'll leave it alone for a while, but we'll just let it pick up pace again. It does okay coming back uphill, but when it hits downhill, it starts going da-da-da-da-da, as y'all heard. So, anyways, we're going to turn around here real quick, get y'all set up. So we're going to go and stop the camera for a minute, and we'll be right back.